I'm indeed Jacob Crook. This is a selection of mezzotint engravings and recent drawing from the past 3 or 4 years or so. I don't know that I necessarily got interested in art so much as art found me. I've had a pencil in my hand since I was 3 years old, so I've been making art for about 30 years now. And what was the first part of that question?
Just why do you create it, you know?
Just an innate need to create. When I sit idle for too long, I go to a dark place, and I need to keep some light around me.
Art is an escape.
Art, an escape into a much needed reality. Art, more than my own art, I think art is a means of communication that is beyond words. Not that written art such as poetry or literature isn't doing that with words, but visual art, we'll say, for me, is a means of communicating something that can't otherwise be stated so succinctly. I hope that they find some element of nostalgia, some opportunity for narrative contemplation in the pieces. People will probably notice that every single image they're looking at is entirely void of human presence. Only hints at activity having just happened or about to occur, and it's that in-between area, like a narrative that's just beyond reach that I'm hoping they get at.
And that lack of a human presence, that's intentional? That's very much a point
Very
of your
intentional. I want them to contemplate more on the environment more than any one specific human activity that's happening. I want it to be somewhat intentionally vague, but with the light created in such a way that it creates a sort of moodiness. I tend to wear my inspiration a bit on my sleeve. Some of my recent influences have been a couple of photographers, Gregory Crudson and Todd Hito. Those two specifically, they are kind of my heroes in terms of composition and light currently, as well as a couple contemporary mezzotint engravers, Craig McPherson, who works entirely in the mezzotint medium currently, as well as Peter Jogo, Frederick Mershimer, a number of other artists. I would suggest checking out davidsongalleries.com. There's a lot of artists working in similar avenues as me that I find very inspiring there. At this point on, well, a couple of the pieces behind me actually are a slight departure from my usual subject matter. The light is obviously still the main focal point, the quality of light in an empty space and its potential to create a mood or suggest a narrative, but I'm starting to venture more into interiors rather than exterior landscapes and create more of a cinematic feel where the viewer is a little bit more enclosed in the space and captivated with their surroundings.